Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alex, and welcome back to the garage. Last video, we left off working on the Firebird, which is right here, and we're actually finishing up cleaning out the interior, but that's going to be put on the back burner for a little while because I did get it jacked up to look at the gas tank, and it looks like a pain to actually get it out. And I don't know if I'll be able to actually get the car up high enough to be able to do it, and it looks like I might need a lift for it, which sucks. I mean, I can probably get it out as long as I can get it up high enough, but as of right now, I need to move the car to a different location on my property right now because my family is actually coming down for Thanksgiving, so we're trying to get everything looking good and presentable, which means the car's got to be moved. So yeah, but today's focus is actually going to be my dad's 97 Mustang GT convertible, which is in way better condition than mine back there. Don't mind the old pool. I had it because it was hot out. I live in Florida. It's whatever, don't mind it. But yeah, he just got back like a few hours ago, and he said that something's howling in the front and something's grinding or whatever. And so we're going to be tackling the brakes and checking the wheel bearing. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Hopefully I don't need to go get this other tool. If so, then I'll have to make a trip to AutoZone. But for now, I got the jack over here with this like plastic thing under it because I don't have any concrete. This is the best I can do. It actually rolls. But I need to go ahead and break these lug nuts loose. And then I can get it jacked up and actually test the wheel bearing. So I'm just going to go ahead and break them loose real quick. You guys should already know how to take a wheel off. If not, then what are you doing, really? But yeah, I'm going to get that done really fast. Alright, so I went ahead and got those lug nuts broke loose. The bottom one right there was extremely tight for some reason. The other ones weren't that bad because I used the other piece of my jack handle as a breaker bar. But all we got to do now is actually get this jacked up. So let's go ahead and get this up. Come on, Jack. This thing's so old. Alright, it's off now, but we're going to actually go just a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, now that it's up, we're going to go ahead and check to see if our wheel bearing's bad. And if you don't know how to do that, it's very simple. Once you got it up, you actually just go ahead and shake your tire back and forth, both ways, up and down, which the little bit of play I have is probably just because the lug nuts are a little bit loose, but I don't think it's bad. It definitely doesn't feel like it, so just gonna go ahead and get this off the rest of the way. They definitely need cleaned because, yeah, that's a lot of brake dust. My dad's really not that easy on this car, if I'm being honest. Especially when it comes to slowing down. Kind of seems to rely on his brakes a lot, if you ask me. But I'm going to go ahead and get this off, and we'll see how these brakes are. Okay, now that you got all your lug nuts off, you should just be able to pull your wheel off. I'm just going to go ahead and move that out the way for now. And this should well, yeah, this has no play in it at all. So that seems like it's fine for sure. Just gonna go ahead and turn my hat around really fast. You know, I got all this grease on me. But I did just notice something. Let me show you. For some reason, right here on the rotor, it's like broke and like flared out. Same with the one right here, which that shouldn't be like that. It should be all like this and nice and round. So I don't know why that's like that. The rotor still spins pretty well. I mean, it is catching a little bit. As you can see, hold on, let me turn my light on here. The brake pads are definitely down to pretty much nothing, which is not good. But we do have new pads for that, so those are definitely going to get replaced. But for everything else in here, it doesn't look that bad, which is good. She could use some new, not the sway bar links, the bushings on the bottom, because it does squeak, but that's not a huge concern. But besides that, everything looks good. So we're going to need to get this caliper and get her slid back to actually be able to get these brake pads out. So I'm going to get back here and get out, I believe, this thing right here, which is like the guide pin. But I'll have to get this little boot off. I can't do that with one hand right now. And loosen that up, which will free up the caliper, because the caliper is mounted right there as well. And then I should be able to just break the bottom one loose. Wherever it is, it's down here somewhere, this one. And it either goes this way and comes up or goes down. I'll have to figure that out because I don't remember. And then I will show you guys how to do that once I get my camera set up somewhere. So let me go just tell my dad about the brakes really quick and this piece on the rotor. And I'll get back to you guys. Well, actually, this piece. Okay, so it's been a little bit. As you can tell, it's pretty dark out. I went ahead and got the guide pin or whatever backed out, as you can see. And now, let me give you a better view. I got one of my little lights over there going. Should just be able to actually move this down. I might need two hands to do this. But, yeah. Anyway. Might need to break the lower one loose a little bit. Just to actually be able to move that down a little more. Because it should be able to, like, completely go. So I'm going to get that lower one broke loose really fast. And I'll be back with you guys in a second. As you can tell, it's actually currently the next day. I had to stop last night because I don't believe you're actually supposed to take out this top one, saying it's just the slider, but I don't know. Everyone makes a mistake, but you actually have to take out this bottom bolt right here, which is actually a T50 Torx bit, because if you try sliding the caliper this way, the stock brake line actually gets tight and isn't long enough for you to actually slide it this way. So I should be able to pull the whole caliper off now, because this bolt comes out. But I'm going to need both hands to do this, so I'm going to take this piece of wood out so then I actually have something to sit on so I'm not squatting, pretty much. And I'll show you guys what to do from there. So after you actually go ahead and get your caliper off, you are going to need to depress the actual caliper itself, which they make a tool that actually sits in here that you twist. But what a lot of people do is they actually get a C-clamp and one of their old brake pads. Damn. Yeah, this thing was metal on metal. But pretty much they just set it in here. They put the C-clamp on it and just tighten it down that way until this is actually completely flush. So I'm going to do that because it's actually going to take both hands. And it's better to just get it done. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now once you got this actually pressed in there, I don't know if it's completely in, but it should be far enough in. Just take out your last one, which this one was pretty shot as well. I need to get my other ones real quick. Okay, now that you got your new pads, typically you'd put a little brake grease on these little like slides on the side or whatever. But I can't find mine, so we're just gonna run it without. They're pretty simple to put in. Pretty much you just line it up to whichever. It's like the little slots, and you just press them in like that. I don't want those to go anywhere. Get this one, you just flip it around, and then you do the exact same, just like that. And then what you're gonna want to do is just flip your caliper back down, bolt it back on, and then you can go ahead and throw your wheel back on and actually let your car down and torque your wheels down as well. Which I'm gonna do. Hopefully I press this in far enough, which I should be in far enough because it's pretty much to that ring, but we'll see. If I have to press it in a little more, I will. So I'm gonna do that and show you the end result once I get it back on. And this is pretty much what it should look like once you get it back together. It was a bit of a trick to get that back bolt in. You want to get the top one in first and kind of like push the caliper this way and down as you put in that back bolt. But my dad's gonna come and tighten these because it's his car, so he's just gonna make sure everything's tight for him, and then we're gonna throw the wheel back on and repeat it on the other side. And that is now this side done. I did end up, well, my dad found the grease, so I did lube the sides. But yeah, just gotta throw the wheel back on, and that's pretty much it. And that'll be the job all done. Probably need to do the rear at some point, but that's another story. But yeah, that's pretty much how you change your front pads on a 97, well, 94 to probably 04 Mustang GT, or just Mustang in general. They're pretty much all the same. And if you didn't know how to change your brake pads, now you do. It's pretty much the same on almost every vehicle. I don't know about like the newer ones, but yeah, I am pretty dirty. But that's what happens when you start working on older cars. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, you guys know what to do. I don't know when I'll be getting back to the Firebird. I have a deal that I'm trying to work out for another car that I want. Don't know how that's going to go exactly, but yeah. So I'll catch you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.